Hello to my lovely Gem Rabbits. How are you guys doing today? Right, confession. I'm doing shadow readings this week. I feel like you've played a part in that. I've definitely had a couple of things going on with Gemini energy that is like, we need to do that shadow work. It's how it's coming through, and it feels like it's coming through on like a global scale. I know I'm not the only tarot reader getting this. I believe Lilith is on its way into your sign, so you're definitely going to be getting triggered. You're going to get things coming up. Lilith is a planet that gets us to have a deep look at things. It really is like a planet of shadow work. So it's coming your way. So don't say I didn't warn you. I think it's probably just entering your sign by Wednesday when your reading's going up. Now, this is intentionally a shadow work reading, so it's only for those of you who are emotionally in the right place to do more shadow work than whatever it is you're already doing. It might complement shadow work you're already doing, it might reinforce that you're on the right path, but the purpose of a shadow reading is to trigger us, to bring things up to the surface, to bring up buried emotions, repressed feelings, childhood issues that we didn't deal with, things that we're avoiding, all these kind of things that we kind of self-sabotage with, and bury down and suppress. It triggers us to get them to come up, and to so that we can actually look at them, like we can shine the light on them and we can work through them and stop these aspects of ourself having control over us. So this is for you, it's within you, it's things that trigger you or you repress, or there's work to do there, right? I feel like I'm in for one with you. I think Aries and Taurus have had okay ones. I had an interesting one as well, which I definitely resonated. And yeah, the cards are ready to talk. As I've shuffled them, they're kind of jumping around. You can see this one here is like trying to slide off and talk to me already. So Asclepius, healing. Asclepius was the god of healing and medicine. So could be something there for you already. The song that randomised for you is Chelsea Dagger by the Fratellis. There could definitely be something for you with gender roles, perhaps subverting or questioning, or even being quite fixed about them, however you approach those, okay? There could be something about relationships, what is a traditional relationship versus what is a more experimental relationship. There could be something going on there for you. I feel like if you identify as feminine, you're getting into quite a tough energy. You're getting into a bit of a fighter energy, which kind of tailspins over from the end of Taurus's reading. Okay, for some of you it's things like, and I know this came up for another tarot reader, I'm going to be completely honest with you, but I just got it as well. I can't remember what word they told me actually, I think it was a swear, so let's move swiftly on. But Awakening to Spirit had a Lilith reading, and it came through in a reading that was supposed to be for Gemini. And she, things about Britney Spears and her conservatorship, and patriarchy and repression and all these kind of things. It does feel like I'm going to get something similar for you with that Fratelli song. It feels like not putting up with it any longer, taking action, right? Taking ownership, taking action, stepping up. It does feel a little bit warrior energy, which again came through in Taurus's reading. Taurus is the sign of the Hierophant, which is repressive or controlling, patriarchy. Not necessary, it depends if it's upright or negative. But yeah, the Hierophant card is like the rules, the system, the patriarchy. And with their reading ending in this kind of warrior woman energy, I feel like there's this, because you're balanced, you're yin yang, right? You're the sign of the twins, you're the feminine and the masculine, you're both, you see that as equal normally, depending on your full chart. So there could be something here where it's like, if one is weighed more than the other, for example, Britney Spears' dad, Britney Spears, right? The masculine, the feminine, the patriarchy, the feminarchy, I don't know what you call it. I don't know what it's called. If it's unbalanced, your natural instinct is to rebalance whichever direction that's in. So I'm just gonna release Gemini. I'm gonna okay, if you are not ready for this, if you're like, I'm going to be triggered, I'm going to have a bad day, I'm not going to watch this right now, that's absolutely fine. Exit stage left, followed by a bear. Totally understand if it's not your reading. Those of you who are like, I'm in the mood to do some shadow work, let's keep going. I'm using a deck that was gifted to me. It's the Aleister Crowley Mirror of the Soul deck. It's actually a very good deck. And when it was gifted to me, I googled Aleister Crowley and I was like, oh my goodness, this is a bit of a dark character, you know, a controversial figure. So it took me a while to understand what my relationship with this deck was going to be. I don't like to bring negativity towards me, but it's the way I use it is to do shadow work, and I find it very, very useful. So it's actually coming through with a lot of really good advice. So some of you may be uncomfortable with this deck, and I understand why. Yeah, again, if it's not your reading, it's fine. Hello. Virtue, 3 of Wands. Interesting. I'm going to put it back in. I'm not sure if that was for you or because I was talking about things, but we'll see. If it's meant to come out for you, it will come out again. Right. Wednesday. Gemini energy. Shadow work. What shadow work needs to be done on Wednesday for Gemini energy? Shadow work, please. Worry. 5 of... I think this is 5 of Pentacles and oppression. Look at that. Yeah. Oppression and worry over oppression. Are you just worried about Britney Spears? Right? I mean, it's not right. It's not okay. The fact that she can't even... Right. This is my issue with it. The justice system, I believe, from what I understand, again, I may have my facts slightly off, but I believe that Britney's legal team, so it's Britney on one side, her father and the people controlling her money and life on the other side, and then the court, right? The court system they're working within. And I believe that Britney's legal team was hired by her father. So that's not really a fair system, is it? If your legal team is hired by the opposition, there's something wrong in that. So I think she's finally won the right to be able to hire her own representatives, which I think is important. But getting something like that through. Now, it doesn't have to be quite on that scale for you. Again, I feel like for you it's something political rather than personal, but we'll see how this goes. So worry. It's not a good looking card, is it? It looks like a stressful thing to look at as well. Right, let's see what the book has to say. Ooh, climbing up off the floor. It's my 3rd reading today, and I'm getting sore knees. You don't understand. You don't understand my knee struggle. Right, 5 of Pentacles. I'm sorry, if you're not used to my channel, I make stupid jokes all the time. I am an actual idiot, but I have good intentions, so please forgive me if I make stupid jokes. I use jokes and humour as catharsism, so I'm one of those people who make jokes about terrible things because I find humour healing. I find humour breaks boundaries and breaks, you know, stressful situations. So there could be something about, I mean, the Geminis that I know tend to be quite funny. And do tend to have that kind of dry, sarcastic humour. So you could be in that kind of energy. Right, let's just read the book. Okay, so the keywords, it's Mercury and Taurus, which is really interesting because I'm just shifting around here. Sorry if you can hear my bum squeaking on the desk. You're ruled by Mercury. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the messenger god. And I was getting that kind of tie-in with Taurus's reading. So there is definitely a tie-in with you and Taurus. Mercury in Taurus, cares, brooding, pessimism, survival, fears, problematic communication. So this is your shadow work, okay? Don't be looking at other people. We're doing your reading, Gemini. We're talking about you right now. And do you know what? Geminis are such warriors because you see both sides of a situation. Because you exist in both the black and the white, the truth and, you know, the light and the shadow, the truth and the not true, or different versions of the truth, right? Different opinions. You can hold opposing views in your head, and it can really drain you mentally. I know this because I'm Libra. I've got a similar tendency, but Gemini more than anyone can see two opinions, can hold two views simultaneously. So you are prone to stress and worry. It is normal for Gemini energy to do that. I know I've got a Gemini moon, right? So I get it. I get it. I'm there too. But this is what you need to work on. And me too, because again, I've got the Gemini moon, so I've got this tendency as well. So we're all working on this together. And there is this real coming together energy of Gemini energy in the moment. I remember I did a reading where it's like, the Gemini army. There was like two armies of Geminis uniting to become one huge force. So feels like there's this collaborative thing going on for you at the moment. Okay. All right. Gemini. Just choking as I'm about to speak. Why are you here? Why am I so gross? Right, the pentagram, 5-pointed star, has fallen out of balance. Its tip points downwards. Some situation is in a rut or loaded with tension. Clarifying, it feels like somebody else is holding the card on the left-hand side. It feels like there's someone else holding, like, it feels like I'm holding it like this, and it felt like it got like stiffer, like someone else, it's like someone was holding it steady or something. Okay, Gemini, I told you we were going to get a difficult one. Told you we were going to get a weird one with you. Okay, I'm scared. Hold me. Some situation is in a rut or loaded with tension. Clarifying communication looks impossible. So everything seems even gloomier, even more hopeless. Relationships threaten to break apart. Everything dissolves at your touch, and you seem to be condemned to observe while everything around you falls apart. The symbols on the 5 discs can be explained this way. Red triangle, your own energy is blocked. Yellow triangle, your thoughts keep revolving around finding a solution, a way out, a breakthrough. Light blue crescent, the situation touches the depths of your subconscious. It goes right through you. Black oval, black hole, no way out, hopelessness. Blue circle, your inner wisdom admonishes you to do something. The problem is in this situation, when you remain idle. The problem in this situation is that you remain idle while at the same time tormenting yourself with your entangled thoughts. You remain idle while at the same time tormenting yourself with your entangled thoughts. All right, I'm slowing down and taking this seriously because, Gems, if you are struggling, please reach out for support. I think Gemini, from my experience, is a sign that tends towards those kind of despair, hopelessness, depression feelings, just because you're so intelligent. And I'm not talking academically, a lot of you can be, but I'm talking more like that mental energy. You have so much like brain activity and energy, and sometimes you do absolutely think yourself into, you overthink in a way where you cripple yourself by your own thoughts. And it feels like that kind of situation for you. So it's like there could be external factors, but it's immobilizing you, right? It's driving you to despair. Some of you. Now, it may not be that this is your situation at the moment. It may be that you just have this tendency. You have this like shadow aspect that comes up every now and again. Some of you may already be speaking to doctors, counselors, even just really getting those friendship groups in place where, when you are struggling, you've got that support system. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pulling more cards for you on advice and where you're heading if you do the shadow work. But I think it's important to get support and really look at ways of getting out of your own head, as difficult as it is, right? I know that's not easy. I've been there. Okay, let's keep going, Gems. When you've drawn this card, you are ready to look at your situation as it is. You now have an opportunity to free yourself by initiating the necessary discussion, either with partners or with yourself. Only clear and open communication will facilitate progress. Okay, do listen to what it's saying. I just saw 1444 on the timestamp, by the way, which talk about stability foundations. I think 144 is a master number that you could Google. I'm not sure what it means exactly. You know if this is your situation, you know if this is resonating or not, right? If you want to leave the reading at this point, if this is too much, then I understand. Again, I am not a trained counsellor, I'm not a psychologist, I'm just reading cards, like for entertainment, right? But also because I know from my experience and from what other people have talked to me about when coming to these readings is sometimes you do get that ow, you know, like you go to a reading and they give you the ouch, you know, they hit the nail on the head and you go, oh, that hurt, oh, that's right, oh, yeah, I have been ignoring that and I need to do something about it. And it can just be a little wake-up call. But if you are triggered quite badly by this, please, 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 leave the reading if you need to. Seek professional advice, because that is a dark card to have pulled. All right, and just know, I know, like I say, I can't do a huge amount for you in your tangible reality, but just know that if you are feeling that way, that at least I can sympathize with you, you know, and I'm not saying you shouldn't even, you know, be careful that you're not getting codependent on me or other tarot card readers. That's not healthy either. But just know that somebody out there hears you and sees you, and the universe hears you and sees you, and you're not alone. And we'll pull more cards and it'll get better, okay? I think you do have to take steps yourself though. Let's keep going. But you don't know how, that's the thing. When you've drawn this card, you're ready to look at this. Oh, we've read that. Questions. Okay, this is questions for you, gems. In what areas or situations are you not clear and decisive enough? With which people do you need to clarify things? Okay, the affirmation for you to say, you know, while you're dealing with this is, I am straightening out my life. I am straightening out my life. Gems, we are straightening out our lives, okay? Taking control. Not letting other people dictate our emotions and our thoughts. We own our emotions. We own our thoughts. The actions and thoughts and opinions of others are theirs. They're not ours. It could be that somebody needs to hear that, right? And when you start to see that, when you start to see the way other people, if you start to look at the world as like, we're all here on earth as in human bodies to learn lessons. And all those other people in your life are pre-programmed to think, act, react in certain ways. Then it becomes much easier to see yourself as having a separate experience where, you know, they're following their own path and they're following their own path. They're working through the things that they need to work through. And even if it feels like it's aimed at you, it's actually just a reflection of what's going on with themselves. And you can separate from that, see yourself as a separate entity. And I'm not saying like disregard other people's feelings, but see them as theirs and not your own. And of course, support where you can, but don't feel like you have to live your life under someone else's terms or rules or judgment. You don't. That came through intuitively, so that's like universe messages. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Okay. Medallion. The medallion is saying to me today, I can't remember the exact meaning of the card, but there could be things around you, like keepsakes that you need to either give away, get out of your aura, get out of your tangible environment, you know, like memories of the past, things that remind you of certain people, or just something that has like a negative energy to it that you need to get out of your physical environment. So if you've got something like that in your bedroom, put it in a different room in the house, give it away if you don't need it. If you want to keep hold of it because it's valuable, or you do want to have that connection with a certain person, put it away in a drawer, not in your bedroom though, in a drawer, in a cupboard somewhere. I actually got through for somebody, it came through in a dream, that somebody was clearing out a basement and there was a cupboard. It was like if I looked back at the stairs, there was a cupboard to the left of the basement. I mean, it was very dark, but I feel like it had blue doors, metal doors, and the right door opened and the left door jammed. So I don't know if that's somebody's relevant to somebody, but yeah, this whole basement was being cleared out, like, and it felt like basements represent to me shadow work, shadow side. You know, the the deep levels of our subconscious, our memories, and it was being cleared out. So I feel like it could be for you. That's actually the reason why I'm doing these readings, because I've been getting things like that through. The fault line. Yeah. So it feels like something's coming to breaking point with you with the suppression card, with worry. There's a situation, like you can see these fault lines almost like appearing at the edge of this card, right? The cracks starting to show. Okay, might be like walking on eggshells at the moment. Again, I'm just pulling cards, and you know, you can see it as a coincidence. If something resonates for you, it's just a coincidence. However you want to look at this reading, it's up to you. But even if it is a coincidence and I pull something out and it resonates, then at least that is the kind of the purpose of the reading, to get you to look at those things, you know, to have those aha moments, to have those moments of, oh yeah, I need to deal with those feelings. I need to stop ignoring that aspect of my life. So just take it as it resonates and leave it if it's not for you. There's a little tiny fly in the room. It's really cheeky fly. Okay, the fissure, the crack, the weak link. Imagine walking across a frozen lake that begins to crack before your eyes. This is still shadow work we're doing here. No matter how optimistic and brave you might be, panic ensues. You become fearful and tense and long for stable ground. Such is the energy of the fault line. It's the energy of walking on eggshells, of precarious dynamics, of sensing that what is ready to break open into chaos. Sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. It's likely that this cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. This card comes as a potent warning not to deny the shakiness that is afoot. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. Prepare for change. I mean, if this is resonating, you know what this is. You feel the tenseness of the situation. You feel like something is falling away, falling apart. I feel like instinctively, if this is resonating, you probably have an idea of what this situation is for you. Prepare for change. Don't pretend all is well. There is no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. When light, redefining reality and breaking open. When dark, precariousness, pretending, delusion. Go deeper, dance to Everything is Broken by Bob Dylan. In Japanese kintsugi pottery, gold is used to mend cracks. Breaks are thought of as precious rather than something to be hidden. Did that come through in your last reading? It came through for somebody, and it came through intuitively. They just gave me the word. And you can see there that the word is written down in front of me, and I couldn't say it. And in that reading, they just gave me the word. And I was like, if that's right, then that's incredible. And I Googled it, and I think it was right. And I was like, that is pretty cool, considering I can't even say it when it's like in front of me. So if you needed that validation, there you go. Kintsugi. It is possible that something a loved one said caused a crack in your relationship that has never been mended. Revisit it. It's the time to heal is nigh. There you go. A relationship that feels like you're walking on eggshells, there was damage done, and you've been ignoring it. It's time to stop ignoring it. It's time to deal with it and either heal it or move on. So we're talking about shadow side, so precariousness, pretending, and delusion. But you can turn this around into redefining reality and breaking open. So there's more ownership and intention of actually seeing the crack and being like, we're dealing with this, than trying to ignore that crack exists and pretend that everything's okay. So there's something about to do with like recognizing and bringing it into the light. Again, you know your situation best, so do what feels right for you. Can we get some advice for Gemini in regards to dealing with this shadow aspect? How do we deal with this? That's probably too many cards. I'm going to take Soul Guardian. You've also got Herne and Modwin. So I don't know, whatever that says to you. On the underline, you've got crystal. Yeah, so shining the light through, having clarity. That little fly is really bothering me. Fly, do you want to just go out the window? How did you get in here, flies? They're so silly. How did they get in and then they can't get out? Right. Soul Guardian. And just looking at how like blue and crystalline these are, it does definitely give me like air sign energy. Just with the kind of clarity and the light shining through, makes me think of like swords energy. Crystal reminds me of the Libra Diamond Heart motif that comes through in my readings from time to time. So Soul Guardian, what a cool card. 29 may be a significant number for you. Okay. There we go. So this is helping you with whatever this shadow work is, okay? I am the expression of the whole and complete you. This beautiful dragon is your soul guardian and your very own dragon counterpart. This majestic being carries all of you, all your past and experiences. You are he and he is you. He, obviously take this metaphorically, right? You know, take it how you want to take it. It's not for me to tell you what to do. He knows all there is to know about you and your lives. He knows that which you need to do, that which you avoid, and that which avoidance, Gemini, what you need to do and what you are avoiding, and what you need to celebrate. He is the guardian of every incarnation you have experienced as a soul throughout the ages, the good, the bad, and of course the ugly. He says, as well as your positive side, I also hold your shadow. We are doing shadow work. The part of you, the part that you would rather not acknowledge exists. Yeah, so whatever this is, you're ignoring it. It reminds me of if you've ever seen the Doctor Who episode. It's kind of like throughout the whole season, and it starts with, I think it's like the first episode with Matt Smith and Karen Gillan. Rose Tyler is the name in it, right? And the first episode that they're in, she's like a child. I mean, it's not Karen Gillan when she's a child, but it's like the child version of Rose Tyler. Rose Tyler? Is it Rose? No, she's the first one. No. Amy Pond. I got there in the end. I love Doctor Who. I've just not watched it. I watched it for a while and I had a brain fart. Amy Pond. So little mini Amy Pond. She has this crack in a wall in the bedroom, and it's like everybody's been ignoring it. And this crack, people ignore it and they just don't look at it throughout that series. And it feels like that for you. So I don't know if that, you know, that motif from that TV show, but that's kind of what it's giving me. And it's you, right? It's your shadow. It's something in your subconscious, in your psyche, in the deep, dark parts of yourself. Some kind of fault line appearing and you've been ignoring it. And if you keep ignoring it, you're going to get a tower moment. And that's going to be more difficult to deal with. So it's better to take ownership of it early and take control of the situation than let the tower hit. If you know what the tower means in tarot, you can go and look it up if you don't. As well as your positive side, I also hold your shadow. The part you would rather not acknowledge exists. I am the keeper of all memories. As you pass through each lifetime, your human body and mind have a need to protect themselves when you experience pain or trauma, whether from birth, life, or death. A small piece of your soul then also retreats to protect itself. I am the guardian of your soul, the expression of the whole and complete you. If your soul guardian dragon has arrived in your cards today, he's telling you that the time has come to begin to piece your soul back together, to recall all the missing parts. You're like Voldemort. Get your Horcruxes, Gemini. Recall all the missing parts. I'm making jokes because that's what I do. I make jokes when things get too serious. I'm sorry if that offends you. Again, you don't have to watch my videos. So that you can complete the amazing picture and reveal yourself in all your magnificence as a living being. He tells us, all you need to do is ask and I will guide your way. You are a spiritual warrior, but you must learn to listen to your inner guidance. I will always be beside you as you follow your path. I just got like from I just got like head to toe, like goosebumps. And this feeling of like I get it sometimes. I always get it on. I kind of want to shove my head in the camera so I can tell you what I mean, but you don't need to see my big greasy head. It's too warm today. It's very sweaty. But like, if you think this is my head and like this is the front of my face, this is the back of my head, I always get this thing on the right hand side of my head here, like above my ear, so like between like the above my ear and my temple, and it sort of feels a bit like scratching, and it's when I know I'm going to get intuitive messages. But that just felt like fingers up the back, like the back left hand side of my scalp, and I got head to toe tingles, but it was like good. It wasn't scary, it was like, it was good. So yeah, I think you've got a soul guardian, like spirit protector there. That felt so nice. I'm all tingly. Gemini, that doesn't happen that often, but that was pretty cool. It's gonna be okay. It's left me with such a nice feeling. I wish I could, I'm gonna try and send this feeling through the camera to you. It just feels like everything's gonna be okay. It's really nice. All right. Where is Gemini headed? Actually, do you know, before I do that, I'm not really using these cards from now on. I just think it made the reading a bit too long and complicated for Taurus. So I thought I won't use these unless I'm called to use them. But I feel like I want to get another step here for you. So can I get another step? Can I get like some practical advice for the steps that Gemini should take here in regards to whatever this is? Whoa, see, that came out so fast. I think you're having a spiritual awakening. That would explain what that tingling was. That is so cool. Gemini, you're so special right now. Like jumping timelines or something, right? Oh, that is so cool. Right. I knew your reading was going to be interesting. I thought it was going to be dark. I mean, it started off dark, but now it's like, here comes the light. Here comes the light, and the light is coming in. Like, I'm getting it again. Oh, Gemini. Oh, I really wish I could send it to you. You're getting the light big time. Big time. Okay, but remember, you have to do the soul work. You have to take the advice. If you do nothing, then you're not going to have that soul growth. And this is saying you have a huge opportunity here to do that shadow work and have soul growth, like real leveling up here. Okay, all right, gems, right, you ready? Keywords: awakening to your divine nature, judgment, facing the music, ascension, accepting and forgiving your beautiful soul. Oh my God, I'm getting it again. Oh, it's all over the back of my right arm. Accepting and forgiving your own beautiful soul, Gemini. The prompt is intrinsic expansion. All right, you ready? You ready for this? Look at the beautiful light on it as well. Look at that, because it's sunset here now. Like, look at how beautiful that is. It's just like the cards coming to life. Like, you're reading so cool, gems. Rising above the clouds, we find clarity in ourselves, in our pasts, in our actions. The key to this judgment, this awakening, this reckoning of the heart and memory, is to be able to dish out radical self-compassion and forgiveness. I'm getting the tingles. Oh, it feels so nice. See yourself as the beautiful spark of inspiration that you are. You are divine, love, mystery. And when you open yourself up to this beautiful truth, you will see that your flaws are rooted in your humanness. Beautiful soul, bright, shiny light. Awaken to the magic you possess in your heart, and see into your past as the incredible lessons that it was. A history of beautiful and broken things that have brought you right here, to this moment, to this place where you can bear witness to your own magnificence, where the only judgment to be laid down is by your own honest heart. My heart is pounding as I read that. And where a forgiveness of the spirit is the remedy of your beautiful future. What we are but ashes, fire, water and air, laced with pure magic and dusted with prayer. Like, it's beautiful. Like I'm crying, like I've got tears in my eyes. That I just wish I could make that energy, like the energy that's surrounding me right now. I'm trying to send it to you. I don't know how many of you can feel that. But that's so nice, right? If you don't know what a spiritual awakening is, go and Google it, right? Stop the reading, just leave right now. Go and Google spiritual awakening and dark night of the soul, because this feels like a dark night of the soul, and this feels like spiritual awakening. And I've gone through that, and I know what that feels like. Just look at the light, like look at the light shining through on this card, like look at it. Like if you didn't know where the light was, if you were down there in the dark, it's here, look, it's here in your reading, it's coming in for you. And where is this taking, Gemini? Oh, the goosebumps, guys. Unbound. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Oh, you are having a spiritual awakening. You are doing a major soul upgrade right now. I knew there was something going on with you. I knew this was going to be a big reading. Like genuinely, I feel like you and maybe one or two other signs like have been getting this through, and I was like, I have to do shadow work readings. Some of you are going to be more here, some of you are going to be more here, some of you are already here, and this is just confirmation. But this is the route that you're taking. Look, forward movement, Queen of Cups. Oh my God. My Gemini moon is my friend today. Like, claiming this part of the reading. But you know, even like what we were saying about see your whole past, see everything that you've done, even the things that you feel guilty about, even the things that you have regret over, even the things that you have that kind of out in the cold feeling about, sense of like things not going well, it all led you here to this moment of ascension, right? This moment of spiritual healing over lifetimes. It's so cool. And like it said with that kinjitsu, is it kinjitsu? I feel like I'm saying something different, but I swear I googled it and it was right. I swear, right, that is weird, because I'm hearing kinjitsu and I swear I googled it and it was right. I have to look it up again now, because that's like confirmation for me that those messages are coming in from somewhere else. Because that says kintsugi, right? And I swear it's kinjitsu. Unless I'm saying something completely wrong. I'm going to feel like an idiot if I am. I probably am an idiot. I do get my words mixed up all the time. And now I want to Google it, but I can't because I'm using my phone to do your reading. I need to remember to do it when I finish the reading. It took me a few days last time. Oh, my heart. Oh, I feel your reading. Your reading's physical. Okay. Oh, gosh. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. It's time to release old soul stories that have been playing out in your life. They are coming up to be healed. That is like everything about shadow work. They are coming up to be healed. Oh my gosh. There has never been a safer time to clear these patterns than right now. Take a look at the patterns in your life that you are ready to release. Ancient vows and contracts that your soul made that have an expiry date. It could be a vow of silence or chastity or poverty. It's time to unwind from them. This is the life in which you free yourself from trauma of past lives. What old ways of being have an expiry date? When you name them, you claim them, and they stop holding power over you. When acknowledging these old patterns, it is also important to acknowledge how they have served you up until now. For example, a soul pattern of playing small, caused by a soul fear of being seen or sharing your voice, would have served you by keeping you safe. In order to grow, you now need to soften by receiving and calling in support. It's time to unbind from the old ways that are no longer sustainable. Work your light activation. Hold the card to your heart. I'll do that, okay? Just get your heart close, okay, guys? Here it is. Oh no, I think it's just cut into like a second video, but it's fine. I can join them together. I release all old stories. So I don't know if I'll show you this when I finish reading, and maybe you want to say it to yourself every morning in the mirror while you get through this, okay? I release all old soul stories, vows, contracts, and patterns that are no longer aligned with who I came here to be in the present time. I carry the lessons, growth, and gifts, but I no longer choose to live the same story. May I be unbound, forever unbound. So cool. Why is her butt shining though? Gemini, it's your reading. Tell me why her butt's shining. Right, okay, that is just the coolest reading. I was so scared of doing a reading, and I was so nervous when we got this card, but now it's like, it all makes sense. Like, you can't have this without going through that. Like, Dark Night of the Soul, Awakening, free. Like, look at that, right? So I don't know if you want to screenshot that. I'd be wary of copyright, you know, but, you know, only use it for yourself, and maybe that's going to help you through. Maybe just chant that to yourself, you know, when you get up, before you go to bed, when you're brushing your teeth. Well, maybe not when you're brushing your teeth. It's quite hard to chant things when you're brushing your teeth, but you can give it a go. I hope this reading was helpful to you. I think it was perfect. I don't feel like I need to pull any more cards. I think it was perfect. It was beautiful. And I'm still getting those goosebumps and those tingles. So I'm going to keep trying to send that feeling to you. And maybe it'll hit you at some point within the next week or so. But it's glorious. It's like head to toe, like cool, tingly, gorgeous sensation. It just feels like the universe is with me right now. And it's with me because I'm doing your reading. It's you, right? It's you. Right, I'm gonna go. I've got so soppy and sentimental about your reading, but it was like mega. Do take care. Do seek professional help if you do feel like you need to get you through this difficult stage. You know, even supportive friends. I remember, because I feel like I had a dark night of the soul, and it was what you would expect from a dark night of the soul. And I couldn't eat and I couldn't sleep, and I was basically like a walking skeleton for about 2 weeks. And my boss made me eat this like gorgeous cake, and I started eating it, and I ate it all, and I was like, thank you for making me eat that cake. thank you for being the force feeder I needed in my life at that moment. Right? Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it there with that little weird story. And yeah, leave me a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, stealth watchers are welcome, all that stuff. Just share this with your whole Gemini army, guys. When you show up, you show up. And I mean, that reading was so good. Like, I hope it gets to the people who need to hear it and who it'll help. And if it didn't work for you, if you want to drop that and leave it right there, absolutely fine. I understand, you know, I'm just trying to help. I'm just reading cards, I'm just trying to help. All right. Do take care. Actually, no, another anecdote before I go. Last thing. I did one of these readings for myself as a practice reading, and it's so weird. It's so funny how it shows up like this. Just within the past week, I was like, I'm getting these dark readings. I don't feel like I'm professionally qualified to be giving people counselling on the internet with tarot cards. Like, I don't have that qualification. And I was like, I'm so scared of like saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing. You know, and I want to help. And I was like, maybe I need to do a counselling course, maybe. And I was even like on this morning on my phone, like on my university websites, looking at like psychology. I've got a degree, so I was looking at like psychology masters, postgraduate counselling, all these kind of things. And you know, just so that when I'm doing the readings, I know what to say and what to try not to say and that kind of thing. Although I think what I need to say, they will make me say. Literally, I feel like a channel. Just I blurt out all kinds of weird stuff that I wish I hadn't said, and it, you know, and then people come back to me and say, no, I needed to hear that. You know, it was exactly what I needed to hear. And I'm like, thank goodness, because I feel like I said something awful and I almost didn't post that reading. So, you know, I say the stupid things that people need to hear. It's just the way it works. But I think I'd feel happier if I had some kind of qualification to be doing this. And so when I pulled my card, I got the, like, I think it was like the Queen of Cups or the Queen of, I think it was the Queen of Swords. And was it this one or this one? I can't quite remember, but one of them specifically said, maybe you need to go and do some more education. Maybe you need to learn counselling. I was like, that is literally what I was doing this morning. God, what? So yeah, I see you later. I'm going to go and pay £9,000 that I don't have on a postgraduate course. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how it's going to play out. I'm sure the universe will direct me to what they need to direct me to. But yeah, just, I don't know why you needed to hear that. Maybe somebody did. Maybe somebody else is thinking about doing the same thing. But yeah, it's funny how it works. It's funny how the cards know exactly what you're going through and exactly what you need to hear and what you're thinking. It's so funny. All right. Okay, I'm stopping waffling. Do take care. Thanks for sticking around. You too, cross watchers, and I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.